Hey everyone, and welcome to day 29 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Carnival of Souls 1962 movie review. A woman survives a near-death experience and wants to start her life over. So as far as the story goes, this 1962 horror film starts out with a drag race that ends the lives of a woman's two friends and her emerging unscathed. But there appears to be something wrong after the accident, and she starts to experience all of these weird things, and then as soon as she goes off to get a career, then there's this very strange man that seems to be haunting her. I guess I got really confused with how the storyline was supposed to be. Carnival of Souls sort of felt like, oh, is it going to be another story about clowns or a circus or something? But it was more seemingly metaphorical in a way, and I guess in a fun way you can see just how topsy-turvy this one woman's life ends up becoming, and it really does show in this film. And I love the direction that they went in, even though it was silly at times, and I wasn't exactly as invested in this movie because it was slow moving as far as, you know, where this story was headed, but I was still interested in wanting to see more. So as far as the casting goes, Candice Hilligoss plays Mary, and she's the woman who wants to become an organ player, but then she has to deal with a whole bunch of different things in her life. And I at times looked at her performance and got her mixed up between Judith O'Dea from Night of the Living Dead. She acts just like her sometimes, especially with her mannerisms, and especially when she goes out of town, she kind of gives me those Janet Leigh from Psycho vibes, and it really does show in a few of the scenes that are playing out in that location. And I can see some inspirations drawn from that 1960 classic, even though she was more reserved. But the male characters in this movie I wasn't as impressed with, like that one creepy guy who just kept on hitting on her, or even the creepier guy who seemed to just be this Delbert Grady from The Shining. So the things that I liked about this movie was that it was actually fast-paced, and it was a pretty short film from start to finish. And even once the music changes, so when you're hearing like the organ playing and all of those types of tunes, it, you know, sets the tone of the film and, you know, amps up the horrifying experience for this woman and even an audience member potentially. And at times it does sound unnerving, and it also goes along with these Twilight Zone-esque scenes that pop up here and there, and starts halfway through the film, and it actually was pretty creepy. I was also having a bit of fun predicting what the next thing was going to happen in the movie, and I was right at one point, so I just thought it was pretty cool. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that it really wasn't as scary, but more thrilling in a way. So you get more excited to see what's going to happen versus being scared about what you could potentially be seeing, even though I thought I saw something that reminded me of watching a Shining related scene from Ready Player One. So I thought like that was also really cool too. So overall, I would say that this movie, you know, really surprised me. It didn't exactly disappoint me, even though there were some things that I found to be flawed about this film, but I still think it was pretty cool to see nonetheless. So I would actually recommend seeing this movie, and I would give this 3.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Carnival of Souls 1962, and come back tomorrow for day 30 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates. Come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.